artist, I'm happy to see you on my channel again, and as I promised, we're gonna talk today about our new lesson, a task, and that's gonna be the landscape with the lighthouse. And as my life hack, when I put it on our YouTube channel for you, you probably see how I prepare myself for painting outside, which is called plein air. When we are ready to paint outside, we have to bring with us a lot of tools and supplies, so then we have everything for our work. So for our new task, a lighthouse, I'm not sure how you're gonna do it. Do you want to find a lighthouse, or you want to see the videos about this, or see inspirational pictures of it, or you just gonna grab your tools and go to paint this on a planner? Either or, I just want to show you a few pictures of lighthouses on paintings and photography, so like as I usually do, to inspire you. And we're gonna paint together one, so I'm not gonna paint this from nature, so I'm not gonna be on a planner, I was just gonna be in my studio. So basically today we're just gonna see a few pictures, and next part, as usual, we're gonna paint together the lighthouse. And the reason why I choose that subject, I think so that is very romantic and very summery, because on summer, that's what we do. We travel, we see ocean, seas, and we see the lighthouses as a part of it. So even if you're not going to be somewhere traveling, you can take a look, get inspired online, viewing this beautiful architecture structure, and get inspired and paint it. I think so this is a pretty interesting subject, because it's kind of the collaboration of nature and architecture, and also it has the significant help to sailors when they're sailing on ships, to see where's the actually the sea line, and where's the actually the land start. So it helps them a lot in traveling, and um, preventing them from getting in trouble. So I think so this will be enough for introduction, and the next segment will be our PowerPoint presentation, which is I made for you with the lighthouses. See you in a few seconds. Okay, my friends, I'm ready with my art inspired presentation, and I'm just gonna point at my camera on the computer screen where I have my pictures ready for you. Okay, here we go, painting a lighthouse. And the first picture we're gonna start, this is that beautiful picture by William Turner. He's an English beautiful painter. And the reason why I choose this artwork, it just has a very beautiful condition for the day. His pictures always full of sunshine, and they always have such a beautiful point of light. As here you can see how interesting the light setup. It comes from the horizon, if you can see, right over there. And if you can see on the side over here, it's a little lighthouse, very skinny one, but I think so that's just the way how they built in that time. So, and I want to see you will understand that composition, because when you have that kind of light coming from the horizon, it's very hard to create the lights all around it. So, but I think so that he did it. So it looks very pretty, and you can see where the light coming, and the lighthouse probably will help all these beautiful ships to find the land when it's dark. And it's just a beautiful example of the painting of 18th century. And now we can see the next picture. And this picture belonged to one of our Russian painters. His name is Ivarzovsky. He was painting in the 19th century. And this is the lighthouse at night. So basically, that's the time of the day where the lighthouse needed the most. Here, it's interesting that the lighthouse kind of represented as a silhouette, basically, in that beautiful night when the kind of like a probably full moon night, because you can see how the horizon light up by this moon. It's very pretty. Not very often you can see the pictures of the night sky and the composition on the water. He actually likes that. He traveled with the sailors and he paint his beautiful landscapes right on a ship. So I think so that it's a very pretty composition with lighthouse. And see how it's interesting here, the silhouette of the lighthouse kind of fighting with the silhouette of this shape right here, if you can see, right? So it's interesting composition. It's not actually falling apart because it's two subjects kind of on a different sides of the picture, because over there by horizon we can see shapes, and one in the front and the boat in the front too, and actually the moon in the middle with the clouds. So they kind of connect all these parts of the composition. Compare with the first one, William Turner, I think so that here this light here kind of divide the composition on two parts. So I think so that if he probably put something in the middle right here, that will works better and play out kind of better for the composition, because this is a very heavy right part and kind of lighter this part. It's a lot of going on here and less here. So but you know, he decided to do it this way. So the next picture of our presentation, that the picture belonged to the brush of our famous artist, French impressionist, Claude Monet. That's the early composition. That's how he painted when he was young. It's 1865, where he just still were learning, and I think that it's more remind me of the kind of style of Gustave Courbet, the artist of the Barbizon school, and by this heavy clouds, you can tell that's kind of inspired by his beautiful pictures. But anyway, so we can see here the lighthouse right on the horizon over there, and it's similar shape as the other ones we saw. Lighthouse, I guess they have some standards by that time, and this is kind of like the ship's regatta, so that a lot of ships kind of going by the wind all around this bay, traveling. Look at the interesting color of the sea. It's almost looks like it's golden. It has a lot of golden color by the horizon, and the waves are kind of that bright color. Maybe that's the way how the sun reflect on it. So hard to say, but it's pretty interesting color collaboration. Almost looks like Henri Marquet, the one of the artists, French artists, who likes to actually paint landscapes with the sea or ocean by the sunset hours, where the water will be similar color. So another picture of Claude Monet. This one, that's actually much more lighter by the colors he choose, and it's 3 years later. He kind of more inspired by the impressionistic approach in this picture. so his palette become lighter on this picture. And the lighthouse is right over here on the right hand side. You can see the shape of it, and it's just, I guess, the regular traffic of shapes around this area. So he probably was noticing all of them somewhere, maybe in Normandy. It's north part of France. The next picture I choose, this is the interesting composition right here by the French artist Latour, and the lighthouse here right on the horizon over here on the back, and compare with the Claude Monet and William Turner, there's just a one ship here, and I like the color of the water here. It's just so pretty. It's so many interesting shades here, and the horizon kind of blur, but and you barely can see the lighthouse, but it's still kind of very romantic picture. I like this a lot because I guess this is that mood which is I have in my mind when I think about lighthouse. So this is going to be kind of the composition I will like, and I will show you the lighthouse is right over there, far away, and this look at that colors of the water. It's really pretty. It almost looks like a turquoise with the emerald together, and this two maybe fishermen, they sailing somewhere there, going deeper in the ocean, and a few sailboats are far away over there. You barely can see them, so they kind of going toward the horizon. So this probably will be one of my favorite composition about the lighthouse. And the next one, this is the different approach. This is the Henri Marquet kind of composition type, but because it's a pointillism, this is the Paul Signac composition. He was the pointillist. I talked to you about the style as the pointillist. It's kind of translated as the point, which is means to dot. And this composition made with the small dots. You can see them when we're gonna kind of look at this closer. The composition consists, it's from the different colors of this dot, but when we kind of go farther and look from the distance, that's kind of form the particular surfaces. So here I think that the lighthouse, as I see here, it's probably over there on the side. It's kind of purplish color. I will get my cursor on that right here. This is the lighthouse right here. So and that's very pretty. It seems like it's a bay somewhere in France that he decided to paint with this interesting colors. So but that's a kind of impressionistic approach to composition, but it looks beautiful, you know. It's something with maybe you're not gonna see exactly like that, but the color of the sky may be like this, so it's kind of close to the real color. And the next picture will be the watercolor composition. You can see the way how the surface of this picture looks, and you can see the translucence of this surface, and this is somewhere by the maybe French French coast. And this composition, unfortunately I don't know exactly the author because I get it from the calendar, and it doesn't have the author for that, unfortunately. But I just love this translucence of this a beautiful house in lighthouse building, because sometimes you can see just a lighthouse as a tower, and sometimes it might have some uh, help helpful buildings surrounded by um, this part of the kind of like lighthouse building. So it's not only one tower, but it's also the offices for some particular businesses connected to it. So this is pretty. Even if we're not gonna work with watercolors for now, but still, it's nice to admire the beauty and kind of airy surface of this picture. So the next composition, same thing. I don't know the author because that's from calendar, and they didn't put the author name there. But it's just very pretty part of the coast with the lighthouse. And what really attract my attention here, it's that the lighthouse here on a high hill, like on maybe just a coastline, but it's a higher coastline, like you can see on north of California, for instance, because if you travel there, that's North California will have that high coastline, and it's very pretty. I like colors here. You guys can see how pretty Arthur create this mountain part of it. Has that nice cold colors, and the coastline has that kind of volcanic color of the surface, and of course the lighthouse has actually lights here. You can see I like that composition because it's actually has on a lighthouse has light, so it's captured this moment where the actually lighthouse will have a light, which is the actually purpose of it, right? So very pretty. I like that. And the sky has a beautiful color. So that's might be acrylic, might be oil, and it's the pretty color. It like the collaboration of the colors here. It's really creating the kind of nice atmosphere with the like early evening condition on the sky. And the next picture, this is just a photography from the calendar again. I like this perspective with that little bridge going kind of into the picture, and that lighthouse has a very interesting structure. If you can see, that has that classic look with the two colors, white and dark red. The reason why they colored this way, that you can see it at any condition of the day. So it can be just white or it can be just dark, because then you're not gonna see it in a particular time. So very classic looking lighthouse, and this is somewhere in the skirts of some bay where the ocean will have a coastline over there. So really pretty piece of photography on an early evening, I think. And next picture will be photography again from the calendar. That's the North of American coast, of course, California. You can tell by these flowers, because these flowers, it's a symbol of California. So you can see it on the heraldic picture of California. This flower is part of it. Really pretty. That lighthouse a little bit different. So I'll just showing you the variety of them. So This one, it doesn't have to be always the big tower, tall tower. This one's kind of like more squarish and almost look like a house. So that can be like that too. Look at the beautiful water color. It's really pretty. And just a cool horizon line of this little bay with the lighthouse. Pretty picture. And the next picture is gonna be the last picture for today of the different buildings of the lighthouses. I collect for you this is just a reproduction of some old drawing, and almost looks like a poster for me. I found this in a magazine too, and I don't have after author of this poster, but what it's actually attract my attention, it's the structure of the building of this lighthouse. So as I told you, that's not always can be the tower, it can be just a building with the lighthouse feature on the top. So this is one of those one that kind when it's has a building and then the lighthouse on the top. So this is the poster from 1960s, so it's kind of like the middle of the last century lighthouse. And the last one I just want to entertain you is this very cute picture. This is girl Alexis, and she is just 9 years old, and she created that very cute lighthouse. This picture I found in a book for the children education, art education, and I can't pass on not getting this picture in our collection just to show you that even 9 years old girl can create that beautiful lighthouse feature. And even the picture is black and white, you can actually see the oldest romantic kind of interesting composition. She chose the vertical type of layout, so it's up to you when you're gonna work which layout you will prefer. I found for you pictures with the landscape layout and kind of vertical layout. It's up to you. And I think so that's enough for inspiration for today. This is it for today, my friends. I hope you enjoy our presentation and get inspired by these beautiful lighthouses. Next part of our lesson will be the practical part where we're gonna paint with acrylic colors the lighthouse during the sunset time. And stay tuned for our next part, and see you next time. Thank you. Have a good one.